What is up, guys? PJ here, back after a pretty long hiatus. I'm finally back in a position where I can record pretty easily, so I'm hoping to get back into YouTube. Starting off with some VGC battles, kind of where we left off a couple months ago. This team is a Citrus Berry Suicune, Life Orb Zapdos, Mega Salamence that's physical with Dragon Dance, Leftover Sub Heatran, Choice Banded Virizon, and a Weakness Policy Aegislash. So let's hit the ladder and see where we can go. Did a couple matches, kind of trying out a bunch of different crazy things. Decided on this was a fun team. It only has 2 physical attackers, so it's kind of good for avoiding Intimidate, but on the other hand, if I come up against a special wall, that's kind of a problem. The Choice Band Virizon is something I'm hoping will catch people off guard. I normally would have run Life Orb, but I really wanted that on Zapdos. So, alright, so this guy has got a Bisharp, Gyarados, Alakazam, Heatran, Slowbro, and Sylveon, so those are some interesting picks. Could be 3 different Megas on that team, although I'm guessing it's probably Alakazam, or maybe Gyarados. In any case, I need to be a little bit careful with my Salamence, trying to not give that Bisharp a free Defiant boost. In any case, Salamence doesn't really match up that great here. Although it does have Earthquake, so it can still hit the Bisharp and Heatran pretty hard. My own Heatran has a pretty good matchup here against everything but the Slowbro, so I'm definitely going to bring that. And it doesn't do too well against the Gyarados. Zapdos is a pretty safe lead. I kind of like leading with Zapdos. It has Thunderbolt, HP Ice, and Heat Wave, as well as Protect. So it gets pretty good coverage against most everything. Let's see. Virizon actually isn't bad here either, as it can hit everything hard, except really the Gyarados. Because it's got Leaf Blade, Close Combat, Stone Edge, and X-Scissor. Also the Sylveon's a little bit of a problem. So I'm actually going to lead with Virizon as well. I'm going to bring Aegislash in the back to beat the Sylveon if I need to. It also kind of destroys the Alakazam. And then I don't really think I want Heatran here. Although it is a good wall for that Sylveon. Salamence, actually, it wouldn't be bad. Although the only thing that I could usefully intimidate is the Gyarados. And Suicune also doesn't match up terribly. Would be nice for Snarl as well as a potential Tailwind. So I'm actually going to not bring my Mega in this one. And let's see how this goes. Lock in here. Let's see what my opponent leads with. Xanto with the stars in the name. Alright. It's going to lead with Heatran, and that's going to be Sylveon. So not a terrible lead for me here. The Sylveon is definitely a problem. That being said, a Choice Banded Leaf Blade is going to put in a lot of work. The Heatran has the Air Balloon there, so just got to note that. I don't think I actually have any ground type coverage with the 4 I brought anyway, so it's not really going to affect the battle. Kind of tempted to switch in the Aegislash immediately, although I don't want to take a Heat Wave. So this is actually a pretty strong lead from my opponent. Let's see. I don't want to let the Heatran get up a free sub though, because it's really obvious for it to protect here against the probable close combat. I'm going to kind of predict that protect though, and actually go ahead and double into this Sylveon with a Choice Banded Leaf Blade and a Thunderbolt. And I think that'll be enough to take it out. Okay, the Heatran didn't protect, so it's probably going for sub, which is not good. Let's see if this damage is enough to kill Sylveon. I'm really hoping it is. And it just takes it out. Alright, so that Choice Band coming in useful. As we get rid of that Sylveon without taking any damage from it. And it just goes straight for Flamethrower. Wow, he was ready to just lose that against my Virizon. Thankfully, Virizon has enough natural special bulk to just tank that Flamethrower pretty well. This one's just max attacks, max speed, jolly, pretty standard. As we see Bisharp coming in here. So, as much as I would love to Heat Wave, I can't. I think what I will do is I want to switch this Virizon out, because it's locked into Leaf Blade, which does not help me at all in this situation. So I definitely want to get that out of here. Suicune is a pretty safe switch in. So I'm going to switch Suicune in for Virizon, and the question is, do I just protect Zapdos, or do I try and get some damage off on the Bisharp? I think I'm going to go for the T-Bolt on the Bisharp just to break the potential Focus Sash if it has one, as well as get my Suicune in here. A little bit of a more defensive-minded turn, but let's see how this goes. Could also just protect it with Zapdos. That may have been the smarter call, depending on what he does here. Sucker Punch. Okay, yeah, so Protect would have been great. Let's see. He is Life Orb, so I didn't even need to break the Focus Sash. This Thunderbolt's going to do a lot, though. It'll put it in KO range of just about every... Or it'll just take it out. Never mind. Okay. I don't regret that play then. Worth it. And he's going to Flamethrower, hopefully into Suicune. Nope, he makes the smart play, Flamethrowers into Zapdos and takes it out. But that gives me a free switch right back into Virizon, so I'm not too upset about that. And let's see what his last mon is. It is Slowbro, so Virizon is great here. And now I need to choose who I want to attack. So let's see, I've got Aegislash in the back, so the Heatran... I can deal with the Heatran with Suicune pretty well, so I think I'm going to go ahead and just Leaf Blade the Slowbro. I would actually probably Protect here if I could with Virizon, but I don't have that option. So I'm going to Leaf Blade the Slowbro, and I could either Scald, Snarl, or Tailwind, all of which are pretty legitimate options here. Tailwind doesn't help me too much because Aegislash is my last Pokemon, and I think I may outspeed his Heatran anyway. So I think the play to go for here is, while Scald is tempting, I think I want to Snarl just to reduce its output. Alright, Heatran protects, that's fine. This Leaf Blade should do a lot. Choice Banded Stab, super effective. Yep, that does about 65%. This Snarl should do a little bit more and reduce any potential damage output from that Slowbro. Takes it down in the red, reduces its special attack. Wow, Flamethrower Slowbro. Don't see that every day. But with the Snarl, Virizon gets the Clutch Survive. So that was worth it. And I should have this battle locked up. I'm just going to go for Leaf Blade again. Take out the Slowbro. And just to be safe, I'm going to... Well, I think Scald will be a 2-hit KO, so I'll just go ahead and start Scalding Heatran. And there's no way that Heatran beats Suicune one-on-one, so we should be set here. See how much this does. I think it'll be a 2-hit KO. The Suicune isn't... Okay, no, it's not quite. The Suicune isn't really invested in special attack, so it's not doing too much damage. It's mainly a bulky... It has a little bit of special attack investment, but it's primarily HP and defense with bulk nature. So I don't think it really matters what I do here. I think I'm actually going to switch out to Aegislash, and I know that could take... Okay, it looks like the other guy DC'd, so we have this 1-1 regardless of what I do. Kind of hate it when people do that. I wish they'd just forfeit in that situation, but oh well. Since that one was a little short, I'm going to go ahead and go for another battle real quick. That was a nice win to start back on the ladder. Well, not on the ladder, but start back as far as recording goes. Man, it's been a long time. Let's go to Music 8. I dig Music 8. That one's solid. So yeah, hopefully anyone who is actually watching this enjoys the video. I'm going to definitely try and get a little bit more back into YouTube, be more consistent with VGC stuff. Also looking at doing some potentially like collaborative Let's Play type things with my roommate. We have some pretty fun ideas of things we could do. So look for those in the future. Find a Japanese player. I missed what his rating was, but oh well, it doesn't matter. So he's got a pretty scary team of Zapdos, Terrakion, Azumarill, Gardevoir, Landorus T, and his own Aegislash. So I kind of just want to leave with Zapdos again because it can hit everything on his team for pretty good damage, and everything but the Gardevoir and Terrakion for super effective. And I don't want to let him set up with the Azumarill, get a belly drum up, so I'm going to lead with Zapdos kind of just as a preventative measure for that. Heatran does give me a good way to beat the Aegislash, but kind of gets destroyed by 3 of the members of his team. A little hesitant to bring Heatran. Salamence also really doesn't have a great matchup here, again. Suicune is solid. I think Zapdos Suicune is a pretty safe lead. The only thing that Suicune doesn't like going up against is his own Zapdos. Could also lead with Virizon. You know what? I actually like that, because apart from Landorus and Aegislash, Virizon hits everything else hard. I'm gonna do Zapdos Virizon again. Bring Suicune in the back. Intimidate from Mence would be good on a couple of his Pokemon. Aegislash gives me a good answer to Gardevoir. I think I'm going to bring Aegislash again. I know these are the same 4 that I just brought, I think, but they just match up well. It's weird not bringing my Mega. That does not happen very much, but Salmon's just has not had a good matchup in the last couple. And this is a fully physical Mence with, I believe, Double Edge, Earthquake, Dragon Dance, and Protect. I may try out a mixed one in the future, but this is the only one I have bred right now. Alright, so Zapdos Virizon, so we are not in a bad spot here, as I can destroy this Azumarill with pretty much either of my Pokemon. Alright, Gardevoir gets to Justify, that doesn't really matter. So the question is, what do I want to do here? That's presumably Mega Gardevoir, and I don't want to really take a Hyper Voice, especially with Virizon. I might be able to live one, maybe? I'm not actually sure if I can. I don't want to let this Azumarill set up, though. However, I think a Leaf Blade will just destroy it, so I'm going to go on the offense this first turn, Thunderbolt this Gardevoir for some pretty good damage, and then go ahead and just get rid of this Azumarill unless it protects or switches. Alright, that's going to go out. Let's see what he brings in. Hopefully he was predicting the Thunderbolt and goes into Landorus. Yep, okay, so even the Intimidate kind of sucks, but the Leaf Blade should still hit Landorus for neutral damage pretty hard. I also thought about HP icing that slot to make that predict, and then just X-Scissoring Gardevoir. I think that, in retrospect, would have been the best play. Alright, so that still does a pretty good amount of damage. And this should also do, yeah, a little under half. Now, if he does go for Hyper Voice, yeah, this is going to hurt. Let's see if Virizon can take it. Nope. Alright, shit. That puts me in a pretty bad spot. So I think the Pokemon to bring in here, they're actually both not bad. I think it's Aegislash, though. Now I need to preserve this Zapdos for the Azumarill in the back. So I think what I'm going to do here is predict the Rock Slide, switch into Suicune, and then have Aegislash just go for a Flash Cannon to take out this Gardevoir. And I don't actually have Wide Guard, but he might think that I do, so that could be interesting. He may not actually go for Rock Slide. I also am curious if this Lander is his choice, but I'm not really going to be able to tell in this turn, unfortunately. Alright, yeah, he was predicting the Wide Guards. He goes for Knockoff. I can take it. It does activate my weakness policy, which is kind of nice. Does a little bit more damage than I would like, though. And Moonblast into probably the Suicune. Yeah. So I can take that. Okay. Wow, that does a lot. It does proc my Citrus, though, which is kind of nice, which means I can easily take another one. And this Flash Cannon will destroy this Gardevoir, especially at +2. Didn't really need the +2 boost to kill it, but I'll take it. Alright, so I'm still not in a great position in this match. And we saw that he went for the knockoff on Landorus, so there's a good chance that, well, I don't know if he's Scarfed or not. He could still be. That did a lot there. That may actually be banded damage. I'm not 100% sure. Alright, so that Zapdos is not something I particularly want to see. Let's see, the King Shield is super obvious, so I'm actually going to not go for it. And I'm just going to, let's see, I think I can take one Thunderbolt with Suicune. So I'm going to Ice Beam Landorus and just go for the Shadow Ball on Zapdos. That's pretty much the only thing I can do to win, and hope he predicts the King Shield. Alright, yeah, he did predict the King Shield, obviously, because he didn't attack Aegislash. Let's see if I can take this T-Bolt, though. Ah, not quite. Which means killing Landorus is going to be a problem, but Zapdos should go down to this Shadow Ball at +2. Oh my god, it lived. Wow. That is a bulky Zapdos, because I'm modest and I think max special attack on this H-Slash. That's not good. That puts me in a pretty bad position. Alright, we've seen him go for knockoff twice, so I'm going to assume that this Landorus is indeed Scarfed. In which case... I'm not sure who he would attack here, because he saw that I didn't King Shield. I'm still not out of this one. And given that Azumarill is his last, I think I'm going to hope that he goes for Zapdos here. I'm not sure if I want to King Shield or not, because he's definitely going to knock off. I'm just not sure which. I feel like this turn he's actually going to knock off Aegislash, in which case I should probably King Shield. And his Zapdos is probably just going to T-Bolt my Zapdos. You know what? I'm going to hope that he knock off Zapdos, that he doubles into Zapdos and just go ahead and take this thing out. It's a risky play, but I feel like I kind of have to make it at this point. Nope, he did knock off the Aegislash. Alright, that's going to be game. So if I King Shield it there, I might have had a chance. Yeah, I can't win this 3-on-1 now. I'll just go ahead and kill this Landorus to make myself feel better, but I don't think I'm in. Well, I might not even get the chance to if this kills. Yeah, okay. Alright, so lesson learned, go for King Shield on the second try, or the second time around. Alright, well, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed. I'm going to try and keep these VGC battles coming more regularly, try and get a little bit higher up the ladder, and bring some good content for you guys. So, again, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time.